My parents had a favorite child. And it wasn't me. They made sure I knew it every single day of my life. My younger sister Emma was perfect. Straight A's, beauty pageant winner, athlete, scholar, everything I wasn't, everything they wished I was. They poured everything into her. Money, attention, love, pride. I got leftovers, hand-me-downs, criticism, disappointment. I was the practice child. The rough draft. The one they were stuck with until the golden child came along. So I left. Walked away at 18 and never looked back. Built my own life, my own success, my own happiness. Without them. 10 years later, karma came knocking. And it didn't choose Emma. It chose me. In the next few minutes, you'll discover 3 things that'll shake you to your core. First, how my parents destroyed my childhood by openly favoring my sister over me. Second, what happened when I disappeared from their lives and built something they never expected. And third, the moment everything fell apart for them and they came crawling back. This isn't just about favoritism. It's about parents who forget they have 2 children. It's about the damage that does. And it's about justice that comes when you least expect it. The moment they realized what they'd lost. Some people would call it revenge. I call it consequences. Natural, inevitable, deserved. You need to hear every word of this story. Because maybe you were the forgotten child too. Maybe you know what it's like to never be enough. Maybe you need to hear that leaving was the right choice. Let me show you exactly what happened. I grew up in a small suburban house with parents who dreamed bigger than they achieved. Dad worked middle management. Mom was a teacher. They were fine, comfortable, but always wanting more. Then I came along. Their first child, a son. I was supposed to be everything. Their pride, their joy, their ticket to living vicariously through someone successful. But I was ordinary. Average grades. No special talents. Quiet, shy, unimpressive. I tried. God, I tried. But I was never what they wanted. When I was 7, Emma was born. And everything changed overnight. Emma was magic from day 1. Beautiful baby. Hit every milestone early. By age 3, she was reading. By age 5, she was winning local talent shows. By age 7, she was the star of everything she touched. My parents found their golden child. And I became invisible. Emma got piano lessons. I got told we couldn't afford activities for both kids. Emma got new clothes for school. I got hand-me-downs from cousins. Emma got praise for A's. I got lectures for B's. Every dinner conversation was about Emma's day. Her achievements. Her future. I'd try to share something about my day and Dad would nod absently before turning back to Emma. Tell us more about the science fair, sweetheart. Your brother's day was just normal school stuff. Normal. That was me. Normal. Forgettable. Not worth discussing. By middle school, the difference was painfully obvious. Emma's artwork covered the fridge. Mine was in a drawer somewhere. Emma's report cards got framed. Mine got a quick signature and forgotten. They attended every single one of Emma's events. Every recital. Every game. Every competition. But my stuff? We can't make it this time, maybe next time. Next time never came. When I was 16, I overheard them talking in the kitchen. I'd come home early from school. They didn't know I was there. Maybe we should save the college fund for Emma, Mom said. She'll actually use it properly. Get into a good school. Make something of herself. You're right, Dad agreed. He's probably going to community college anyway. Emma deserves the investment. I stood there in the hallway. Frozen. They were planning to give my college fund to my sister. Because she deserved it and I didn't. That night I made a decision. I'd leave. The moment I turned 18. I'd walk away and never look back. They wanted to invest in Emma? Fine. They could have her. But they wouldn't have me. I spent the next 2 years planning. Saving money from part-time jobs. Researching scholarships. Applying to colleges far away. Building my escape plan. My parents didn't notice. Too busy with Emma's high school success. Her scholarships. Her college tours. Her bright future. I graduated high school with decent grades. Not great. Not Emma level. Just decent. My parents came to the ceremony but left early. Emma had a thing. 3 months later, on my 18th birthday, I packed my car. Everything I owned fit in the back seat. I left a note on the kitchen table. Gone to college. Don't worry about me. Focus on Emma. That's what you're good at. I drove 15 hours to a state school that gave me a partial scholarship. Got a full-time job. Paid my own way. Started my own life. And I never called home. Now here's where things get really interesting. The first year was hard. Really hard. I was 18, alone, working 40 hours a week while taking full course load, living in a tiny apartment with 3 roommates, eating ramen most nights, exhausted constantly. But I was free. Free from the comparisons. Free from the disappointment in their eyes. Free from playing second fiddle to the golden child. That freedom was worth the struggle. My parents called once, 2 months after I left. Mom's voice on the phone. Why haven't you called? We were worried. Were you? I thought. Did you even notice I was gone? I'm fine. Busy with school and work. Had to go. I hung up. They didn't call back. Emma reached out a few times. Texts asking if I was okay. Where I was. Why I left. I kept responses short. I'm fine. Living my life. Good luck with everything. She stopped asking after a while. Years passed. I threw myself into school. Into work. Into building something. I switched my major 3 times trying to find what I was good at. Finally landed on business and marketing. Something clicked. I wasn't the smartest in my classes. Wasn't the most talented. But I was the hungriest. I had something to prove. Not to them. To myself. I graduated at 22 with a degree and $50,000 in student debt. No family at the ceremony. Just me and my college friends who'd become my real family. I got a job at a small marketing startup. Entry level. Barely paid bills. But I worked like my life depended on it. Because it did. I had no safety net. No parents to fall back on. Just me. I learned everything. Stayed late. Took on extra projects. Made myself invaluable. Within 2 years, I was managing campaigns. Within 4 years, I was leading teams. Within 6 years, I was a partner. The company grew. We landed major clients. Our campaigns went viral. Money started coming in. Real money. More than I'd ever imagined. By age 28, I was making multiple 6 figures. Owned a condo. Drove a nice car. Had savings. Security. Success. And not once did my parents see it. Because they never asked. Never checked in. Never cared enough to find out what happened to their son. I saw Emma's life through social media. She'd gone to a prestigious school like everyone expected. Graduated with honors. Got into medical school. Was doing exactly what my parents dreamed. She looked happy in photos. Surrounded by friends. Dating a guy who looked like a Ken doll. Living the perfect golden child life. Good for her, I thought. I didn't hate Emma. Wasn't her fault our parents chose her. She was just living her life. I was living mine. Then I got a LinkedIn message. From Emma. 3 years after I'd last heard from her. Hey, I know we haven't talked. But I need to tell you something. It's about mom and dad. Call me? I didn't call. I messaged back. Just tell me here. Dad lost his job. Mom's retiring. They're struggling financially. They mentioned you. Asked if I knew how to reach you. My stomach twisted. After 10 years. After a decade of silence. Now they remembered I existed? Because they needed something? What do they want? I think they want help. Money. They're too proud to say it directly. Of course they did. Golden Child's medical school was expensive. Dad lost his income. Mom's teacher pension wasn't enough. And suddenly the forgotten son became relevant again. Tell them I said no. Really? Just no? They're our parents. They were your parents. They made it very clear I was just a burden. I don't owe them anything. That's harsh. So was my childhood. Emma didn't respond after that. But 2 weeks later, I got a call from a number I didn't recognize. I answered. Hello? It's your mother. Her voice sounded older. Tired. My heart pounded. 10 years. 10 years of nothing. And now this. What do you want? Is that any way to greet your mother? It's the greeting you earned. What do you want? Silence. Then, we're having some financial difficulties. Your sister mentioned you're doing well. We thought. You thought I'd give you money? After everything? You're our son. Family helps family. I laughed. Bitter. Angry. Family? You want to talk about family? Where was family when I was growing up? Where was family when you gave Emma everything and me nothing? Where was family for the last 10 years? We did our best. Your best was garbage. Your best was making me feel worthless every day of my life. Your best was choosing your golden child and forgetting you had another kid. That's not fair. We loved you both. No, you loved Emma. You tolerated me. There's a difference. And now you need money? From the son you wrote off? That's rich. We made mistakes, but we're still your parents. Biologically. That's it. You stopped being my parents when you stopped seeing me. When you decided I wasn't worth investing in. When you chose her over me every single time. Mom started crying. Fake tears. Manipulation tears. I'd seen them before. Goodbye, Mom. Don't call again. I hung up, blocked the number, and waited for the guilt to hit. But it didn't. I felt nothing. Just relief that I'd said what needed to be said. But if you think that's intense, wait until you hear this. 3 months after that call, Emma reached out again. This time more desperate. We need to talk. Please. It's important. Against my better judgment, I agreed to meet her. Coffee shop. Neutral territory. Public. Safe. She showed up looking exhausted. Dark circles under her eyes. Hair not as perfect as in her social media photos. The golden child was tarnishing. Thanks for meeting me, she said, sitting down across from me. What's so important? She took a breath. I dropped out of medical school. I blinked. What? 6 months ago. I couldn't do it anymore. The pressure. The expectations. The constant need to be perfect. I broke. Does anyone know? Not yet. I've been hiding it, pretending to still be in school. But my money's running out. And I don't know what to do. Why are you telling me? Emma looked up, eyes red. Because you're the only person who might understand. You walked away. You escaped. I need to know how you did it. This wasn't what I expected. The golden child asking the family failure for advice. You want to know how I did it? I had no choice. You were given everything. I was given nothing. So I left. It wasn't brave. It was survival. That's just it, Emma said. Everything I was given came with strings. Expectations. Conditions. We're paying for this, so you better be perfect. We're investing in you, so you better succeed. The pressure never stopped. Welcome to my childhood. Except I got the pressure without the investment. She flinched. I know it wasn't fair. I saw how they treated you. But I didn't know how to stop it. I was a kid. You're not a kid anymore. You could have reached out. Could have checked on me these past 10 years. I was scared. Scared that if I reached out, I'd have to face what they did. What I benefited from. It was easier to pretend you were fine. That you chose to leave. At least she was honest. Painfully honest. So what do you want from me? Money? No. Advice. You built something on your own. How? How do I start over when everyone expects me to be this perfect person? I studied her. Really looked at her. The golden child was broken. Years of being the chosen one had crushed her. Different pressure than mine. But pressure nonetheless. You tell the truth. You stop pretending. You disappoint them. Because their expectations aren't your responsibility. They'll hate me. Maybe. But they'll hate the real you less than you'll hate the fake you that you're killing yourself to maintain. Emma started crying. Real tears this time. I don't know who the real me is. I've been who they wanted my whole life. And there it was. The truth. The golden child was as much a victim as I was. Just a different kind of victim. We talked for 3 hours that day. Really talked. First honest conversation we'd ever had. She told me about the pressure. The perfectionism. The fear of disappointing anyone. The crushing weight of being the family's hope. I told her about the neglect. The invisibility. The pain of never being enough. The freedom that came with walking away. We both cried. Both apologized. Both mourned the childhood we never had. Her for being the golden child. Me for being the forgotten one. Neither of us had healthy parents. Just parents who used us for different reasons. What are you going to do? I asked. Tell them the truth. That I dropped out. That I'm not going to be a doctor. That I need to figure out who I am without their dreams suffocating me. They won't take it well. I know. But I can't keep living a lie. It's killing me. Emma told them 2 weeks later. I know because she called me right after. Sobbing. They disowned me. Said I was throwing my life away. That I was ungrateful. That I wasted their investment. I'm sorry. You were right. They didn't love me. They loved their version of me. The perfect daughter. Now that she's gone, they have nothing to say to me. What are you going to do now? I don't know. I'm staying with a friend. Looking for a job. Starting over. It's terrifying. It is. But it's also freeing. Trust me. Over the next few months, Emma and I reconnected. Built a real sibling relationship. She moved to the city where I lived. I helped her find an apartment. Helped her with resume. Helped her navigate starting over. She got a job at a nonprofit. Entry level. Nothing glamorous. But she was good at it. And for the first time in her life, she was doing it for herself. Not for them. We started having weekly dinners. Talking about our childhoods. Processing the damage. Healing together. Do you ever regret leaving? She asked one night. Not once. Best decision I ever made. Do you hate them? I used to. Now I just feel nothing. They're strangers who happened to raise me. That's it. Do you think we'll ever have a relationship with them again? I don't know. Maybe if they apologize. If they acknowledge what they did. But I'm not holding my breath. Neither was Emma. This brings us to the most shocking discovery of all. 1 year after Emma dropped out, we both got a call. From Uncle Mike, Dad's brother. He'd stayed in touch with me loosely over the years. Christmas cards. Occasional check-ins. Good guy. I need you both to come home. It's your dad. He's in the hospital. It's serious. Emma and I drove together. 5-hour drive. Mostly quiet. Both processing. Both unsure how to feel. We got to the hospital. Found Uncle Mike in the waiting room. What happened? Emma asked. Heart attack. Massive one. He's stable now, but it was close. Your mom's with him. Does she know we're coming? I told her. She didn't say much. We walked to Dad's room. Knocked. Mom opened the door. Looked at us like she'd seen ghosts. You came. Uncle Mike said it was serious, I said. Mom's eyes filled with tears. Real ones this time. He almost died. The doctors said if he'd been alone another 10 minutes. We went inside. Dad was in the bed. Tubes. Monitors. Looking older than I remembered. Frailer. His eyes opened. Saw us. Something passed across his face. Shame? Regret? Relief? You came, he whispered. We came, Emma said. For a moment, nobody knew what to say. Too much history. Too much pain. Too much silence to break. Then Dad spoke. I'm sorry. 2 words. That's all. But they hung in the air like thunder. Sorry for what? I asked. Had to hear him say it. For everything. For failing you. For failing both of you. Now? You're sorry now? After everything? After all these years? I know I don't deserve forgiveness. But I need to say it. Before it's too late. Mom sobbed quietly in the corner. You destroyed my childhood, I said. My voice shook. You made me feel worthless. Invisible. Like I didn't matter. Do you have any idea what that does to a kid? I do now. I see it. I've been seeing it for years. But I was too proud. Too stubborn. Too ashamed to reach out. And Emma? You crushed her too. Different way. Same damage. You turned her into a trophy instead of a daughter. Gave her expectations instead of love. She broke under that weight. Dad looked at Emma. I'm sorry, sweetheart. I thought I was helping. Thought if I pushed you to excellence, you'd be happy. I was wrong. Emma wiped her eyes. You never asked what I wanted. You just decided. And when I couldn't be what you wanted anymore, you threw me away too. I was wrong. About everything. I thought parenting was about molding you into what I wanted you to be. I never realized it was about loving who you already were. That's a nice realization, I said. 10 years too late for me. 1 year too late for Emma. But nice. I know I can't undo it. Can't fix it. But I need you to know. Both of you. You deserved better. You deserved parents who saw you. Who loved you. Who supported you. We failed. Completely. Mom finally spoke up. We let our own insecurities and disappointments poison our parenting. We put our dreams on Emma's shoulders and gave up on yours. That was cruel. That was wrong. The room fell silent. Just the beeping of monitors. The hum of machines. What do you want from us? Emma asked. Forgiveness? Reconciliation? What? Nothing, Dad said. I don't expect anything. I just needed to say it. To admit it. To stop pretending I was a good father. I wasn't. And you both deserved better. I looked at this man. My father. Who'd spent my childhood making me feel small. Who'd chosen my sister over me at every turn. Who'd only apologized when he almost died. And I felt tired. Just tired. I can't forgive you, I said. Not yet. Maybe not ever. What you did caused damage that'll take years to undo. I understand. But I don't hate you anymore. I'm just done being angry. It's exhausting. So I'm letting it go. Not for you. For me. Emma nodded. Same. I can't forget what you did. How you made us both feel. But I'm done letting it control my life. Dad nodded weakly. That's more than I deserve. We stayed for a few hours. Awkward conversation. Surface level stuff. Nobody knew how to bridge the gap. Maybe the gap was too wide. Maybe some things can't be fixed. Just acknowledged and moved past. Before we left, Dad said one more thing. I heard about your business. Your success. Uncle Mike told me. I'm proud of you. I know I have no right to say that. But I am. I stopped at the door. Turned back. You don't get to be proud now. You weren't there when it mattered. When I was building it. When I was struggling. When I needed a father. You don't get to claim pride in something you had nothing to do with. You're right. I'm sorry. And Emma? She's doing amazing too. building her own life, her own identity, becoming her own person. That happened despite you, not because of you. Remember that. We left, got back in the car, drove in silence for an hour. Finally, Emma spoke. Do you feel better after saying all that? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not, but it needed to be said. Do you think they'll change? I doubt it. Death scares people into temporary enlightenment. But old patterns are hard to break. We'll see. What do we do now? We keep building our own lives. Keep healing. Keep being better than they were. That's the win. Not them apologizing, but us succeeding despite them. Emma nodded. Karma chose us. Not them. Not the life they planned. But us. The real us. Yeah, karma chose us. So what does all this mean for us today? This story taught me brutal lessons about family, favorites, and finding yourself outside of others' expectations. First lesson. Favoritism destroys children. Both children, the forgotten one and the golden child. Different damage, same destruction. I got neglect and invisibility. Emma got pressure and impossible expectations. Neither of us got healthy love. Parents who play favorites think they're helping one child succeed. Really, they're damaging both. One never feels good enough. The other never feels free. Second lesson. You can't earn love that should be unconditional. I spent my childhood trying to be enough for my parents. Never worked, because the problem wasn't me. It was them. They couldn't love what I was. Only what they wanted me to be. If someone makes you perform for love, it's not love. It's manipulation. Real love accepts, supports, shows up, without conditions. Third lesson. Walking away isn't giving up. It's self-preservation. People told me I should try harder with my family. Should fix the relationship. Should be the bigger person. No. Sometimes walking away is the healthiest thing you can do. You don't owe abusive or neglectful people your presence. Even if they're family. Especially if they're family. Blood doesn't earn access to you. Behavior does. Fourth lesson. The golden child suffers too. Just differently. Emma didn't ask to be the favorite. Didn't want that pressure. She was as trapped as I was. Just in a prettier cage. Don't hate the golden child. They're a victim too. Of expectations. Of conditional love disguised as pride. Of being a trophy instead of a person. Fifth lesson. Success is the best revenge because it's for you, not them. I didn't build my career to prove my parents wrong. I built it to prove myself right. To show myself I was capable. Worthy. Enough. When success is about them, you never feel satisfied. When it's about you, every win feels real. Now let's talk about what this means for you. Because some of you were the forgotten child. Some were the golden child. Some are watching your parents do this to your siblings right now. If you're the forgotten child, your feelings are valid. The pain is real. The damage is deep. And none of it was your fault. You weren't unlovable. Your parents were incapable. There's a difference. You don't owe them forgiveness. You don't owe them reconciliation. You don't owe them anything. Take care of yourself first. Build your own life. Become your own person. That's the win. If you're the golden child, the pressure you feel is real too. The fear of disappointing people. The weight of expectations. The loss of identity under their dreams. You're allowed to step off that pedestal. To be imperfect. To choose yourself. Disappointing them is terrifying, but betraying yourself is worse. Choose you. If you're watching parents do this, call it out. Gently if possible. Firmly if necessary. Both children need advocates. The forgotten child needs someone to see them. The golden child needs someone to take pressure off. Be the uncle or aunt or grandparent or family friend who treats both kids equally. Who shows up for both. Who loves both without conditions. You might be the only one. For everyone. Family should be your foundation, not your prison. If family tears you down instead of building you up, it's okay to create distance. It's okay to limit contact. It's okay to walk away entirely. Blood doesn't mean you accept abuse. Blood doesn't mean you tolerate neglect. Blood doesn't mean you sacrifice your mental health for their comfort. Protect yourself first, always. The hard truth is that some parents never change. Mine apologized only when facing death. And even then, it was incomplete. Self-focused. More about easing their guilt than addressing my pain. Real change requires action. Consistent behavior over time. Not just words when it's convenient or scary. Don't accept words without action. Don't accept apologies without change. Don't accept promises without follow-through. Before we wrap up, there's one final thing you need to know. Dad survived the heart attack. Made a full recovery. We thought maybe that near-death experience would change things. Create a breakthrough. Fix what was broken. It didn't. 6 months after the hospital, things went back to normal. They're normal. Mom and Dad reached out occasionally. Surface-level texts. Birthday messages. Awkward phone calls where nobody knew what to say. But real change? Real effort to understand what they'd done and fix it? Never came. They wanted instant forgiveness without doing the work. Wanted us to pretend the past didn't happen. Move forward like everything was fine. But we couldn't, because it wasn't fine. Emma and I kept our distance. Built our own lives. Our own family unit. We became each other's support system. The sibling relationship we should have had all along. She's thriving now. Working at a nonprofit she loves. Dating someone who supports her without suffocating her. Finding herself piece by piece. She's not the golden child anymore. She's just Emma. And Emma is pretty amazing. I'm thriving too. My business is bigger than ever. I'm in a healthy relationship with someone who values me exactly as I am. I bought a house. Built a life I'm proud of. Not for them. For me. Last month, Mom called. Rare occurrence. Something was different in her voice. Can we talk? Really talk? About what? About what we did. What we're still doing. Your father and I have been in therapy. Working through things. And I'm seeing things I didn't see before. Okay. You were right. About everything. We destroyed your childhood. We put impossible pressure on Emma. We were terrible parents who cared more about our image than our children's happiness. Why are you telling me this now? Because the therapist asked what we wanted most. And I realized, I want my children back. Both of them. The real them. Not the versions I tried to create. The ones I pushed away. I sat with that. That's nice. But wanting isn't enough. I know. That's why I'm calling. To ask what you need. What would rebuilding look like to you? For the first time in my life, my mother was asking what I wanted. Actually listening. Actually caring. I need time. I need consistent effort. I need you to show up not just when it's convenient. I need you to care about my life without needing me to achieve something first. I need you to be a mother without conditions. I can do that. I want to do that. We'll see. It's been 3 months since that call. Mom's been trying. Really trying. Calling weekly. Asking about my life. Listening. Remembering things I tell her. Showing up in small ways. Dad's trying too. Less successfully. Old habits die hard for him. But he's making effort. Awkward effort. But effort nonetheless. Emma's giving them chances too. Slower. More cautious. She's been hurt deeper and trusts less. But she's open to possibility. Will they change? Permanently? Honestly, I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. But at least now they're trying. And that's more than they did for 18 years. Here's what I've realized. Forgiveness isn't one moment. It's not a switch you flip. It's a process. A slow, painful, ongoing process of letting go of hurt while protecting yourself from new hurt. I'm not there yet. Maybe I never will be. But I'm open to the possibility. And that's enough for now. Emma said something profound last week. We won. Not by getting revenge. Not by making them suffer. But by becoming whole people despite their failures. That's the real victory. We broke the cycle. She's right. We broke the cycle. We won't be like them. We won't play favorites. We won't crush our future kids with impossible expectations. We won't neglect or suffocate. We'll love, unconditionally, healthily. That's what karma choosiness means. Not that they suffered, but that we survived, thrived, became better than the parents who raised us. The golden child and the forgotten child both made it out. Both built beautiful lives. Both healed. Both won. That's the ultimate karma. Not their pain. Our success. Our happiness. Our wholeness. And that's worth more than any apology. If this opened your eyes, you need to hear what comes next. Let me recap the biggest lessons from this journey. First, I grew up as the forgotten child while my sister was the golden child, both of us damaged by favoritism in different ways. Second, I walked away at 18 and built my own success while Emma later broke under the pressure and had to start over. Third, our parents only apologized when facing death, but real change takes time and consistent effort. And fourth, the real victory wasn't their regret, it was us becoming whole people despite them. But here's the deeper truth. If you grew up with favoritism, you already know this pain. You already know what it's like to never be enough. Or to always be too much. To be invisible or to be a trophy. Different sides of the same broken coin. And you're wondering right now, will I ever heal? Will they ever apologize? Will it ever stop hurting? The answer's yes, maybe, Eventually, you'll heal when you stop waiting for them to validate your pain. When you stop needing their acknowledgement to know your experience was real. When you give yourself the love they couldn't give you. They might apologize. They might not. People rarely change without crisis or consequence. And even if they apologize, it might not be enough. It might not undo the damage. And that's okay. And yes, it'll stop hurting. Not all at once. Not completely. But slowly, the sharp pain becomes dull ache. The dull ache becomes occasional reminder. The reminder becomes just a memory. A scar instead of a wound. Now here's what you need to do. If you're the forgotten child, I need you to hear this. You were always enough. You were always worthy. You were always lovable. Your parents' inability to see that was their failure, not yours. Stop trying to earn love that should have been freely given. Stop performing. Stop shrinking. Stop apologizing for existing. You're allowed to take up space. You're allowed to be imperfect. You're allowed to be seen. And if you're the golden child crumbling under impossible expectations, put the trophy down. Step off the pedestal. Disappoint them if you need to. Your mental health matters more than their bragging rights. You don't owe anyone perfection. You don't owe anyone your dreams deferred. You don't owe anyone a version of yourself that's killing you to maintain. Be messy. Be imperfect. Be real. That's where life actually happens. Not in the performance. In the authenticity. For both forgotten and golden children, you're allowed to walk away. You're allowed to limit contact. You're allowed to demand better treatment. You're allowed to protect your peace. Family isn't a free pass to hurt you. Being related doesn't mean tolerating abuse or neglect. You can love them from a distance. You can wish them well without letting them close. You can forgive without reconciling. Your healing matters more than their comfort. Remember that. Now, some of you are parents watching this. And you're panicking. Am I doing this to my kids? Am I creating a forgotten child and a golden child? Am I damaging both? If you're asking the question, you're probably not as bad as my parents. Awareness is the first step. But here's what to check. Do you compare your children to each other? Stop. Each child is their own person. Compare them only to their own potential, not to each other. Do you attend one child's events but miss the others? Fix it. Show up equally. If you can't make it to something, explain why and make it up. Consistency matters. Do you talk more about one child than the other? Notice it. At dinner, give equal time to both. Ask both about their days. Celebrate both their achievements, even small ones. Do you invest more money or resources in one child? Examine why. If one child needs something specific, explain it to both. Make sure the other child gets investment too. Different but equal. Do you light up more when one child enters the room? Work on it. Your face, your energy, your enthusiasm should be equal. Both children are watching. Both children feel the difference. Are you living through one child? Stop immediately. Your unfulfilled dreams aren't their responsibility. Let them be who they are, not who you wish you were. The damage favoritism causes is deep and lasting. It destroys sibling relationships. It creates lifelong insecurity. It teaches children that love is conditional and earned. Don't do this to your kids. If you've already done it, own it. Apologize. Mean it. Then change your behavior. Not just words. Action. Consistent, uncomfortable, humbling action. That's what real repair looks like. Now I want to address the siblings. If you're the forgotten child watching your sibling get everything, it's hard not to hate them. But try to remember, they didn't choose this. They're a victim too. Different victim. Still a victim. Your sibling might seem oblivious to the favoritism. They might enjoy the perks. But they're also feeling pressure you can't see. Expectations crushing them. Fear of disappointing everyone. Loss of identity under all that praise. Reach out if you can. Build a relationship separate from your parents. You both need each other. You both understand something nobody else can. That's powerful if you let it be. And if you're the golden child watching your siblings suffer neglect, speak up. Use your privilege to protect them. Tell your parents you see what they're doing. Refuse to participate in the comparison. Insist on equality. It's uncomfortable. Your parents might get defensive. They might turn on you. But your sibling needs an advocate. And you're in the perfect position to be one. Emma and I wasted years not connecting because we were both caught in our parents' dysfunction. Don't make that mistake. Siblings can be your greatest allies if you let them. Now here's what I want you to do right now. If this story resonated with you, hit that subscribe button. This channel tells real stories about family dysfunction, healing, and breaking cycles. Stories that matter. Stories that might save someone who needs to hear them. You subscribing tells YouTube to show this to more people who need it. More forgotten children who feel invisible. More golden children drowning in pressure. More parents who need to wake up before it's too late. Leave a like if this video made you feel seen. If it validated your experience. If it gave you hope that you can survive favoritism and build a beautiful life anyway. Your like helps this reach people scrolling at 2 a.m. wondering if they're crazy for feeling hurt by their parents' favoritism. They're not crazy. You're not crazy. This is real damage. Drop a comment sharing your experience. Were you the forgotten child or the golden child? How did it affect you? What are you doing to heal? Your story matters. Someone reading it might realize they're not alone. That's powerful. And here's what to watch next. I'm dropping a video next week called, "My Parents Gave Everything to My Brother, Then He Abandoned Them." It's another story about favoritism, karma, and consequences. You need to see how that one ends. Click the video popping up on your screen or check back in 7 days. But before you go, I want to leave you with something my therapist told me that changed my life. She said, "You can't control how your parents see you, but you can control how you see yourself. And that's where freedom lives." For years, I let my parents' opinion of me define my worth. I believed I was forgettable because they forgot me. I believed I was less than because they treated me that way. But none of that was true. That was their brokenness, not my reality. The moment I started defining myself, everything changed. I wasn't the forgotten child anymore. I was a survivor, a builder, a success story, someone who overcame bad parents and became a good person anyway. That's available to you too. Right now. Today. You don't need their validation. You don't need their apology. You don't need them to finally see you. You just need to see yourself clearly. You're not what they said you were. You're not the role they cast you in. You're not the forgotten one or the golden one. You're a whole person with value that exists independent of their opinion. Claim that. Own that. Build your life on that truth. And for the golden children, you're not your achievements. You're not your parents' dreams. You're not the trophy on their shelf. You're a human being with the right to be imperfect, to fail, to choose differently, to disappoint people if necessary. Your worth isn't in what you accomplish. It's in who you are. And who you are is enough. Has always been enough. Will always be enough. Stop performing. Start living. Emma texted me this morning. Just a simple message. Grateful for you. Grateful we both made it out. Grateful karma chose us. I texted back. Same. Love you, sis. That's the relationship we should have had all along. That's what we lost because our parents couldn't love us right. But that's also what we found when we stopped waiting for them and found each other. There's hope in that. Real hope. Not that your parents will change. They might not. But that you can heal anyway. You can thrive anyway. You can build beautiful relationships anyway. The favoritism hurt us, damaged us, changed us, but it didn't destroy us. We're still here, still standing, still building, still choosing to be better than the parents who raised us. That's the ultimate victory. Not revenge, not making them suffer, but refusing to become them. Breaking the cycle, choosing different, being better. You can do that too. You're already doing it by watching this. By seeking understanding, by working on yourself. That's the hard work that matters. Keep going, keep healing, keep building, and know that somewhere out there, 2 siblings who survived parental favoritism are rooting for you. Believing in you, knowing you'll make it through. Because we did, and so can you. Thank you for watching this entire video. Thank you for being brave enough to face painful truths about family dysfunction. Thank you for choosing to heal instead of staying broken. That takes courage, real courage. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, remember, you are always enough. You are enough. You will always be enough. No matter what they said. No matter what they did. No matter who they chose. You're worthy of love, real love, unconditional love, and if you haven't found it in your family of origin, you'll find it in your chosen family. In friendships, in partners, in the family you create yourself. That love exists, and it's coming for you. Maybe it's already here and you just need to recognize it. Stay strong, stay hopeful, and never forget, karma didn't choose them. Karma chose you. Now go build something beautiful.